You've a strong spirit, dear.
Thank you, Francine.
You'll get through this, I know you will.
Oh.
But for now, you'd best wake up. There's still more to be done.
Okay, let's wake up. Hi, Francine, we miss you. Okay, anybody joining in? Hello? We're in chapter 6. A lot of things just happened. So, I'm just like, what? Slowly, very slowly, I open my eyes. The soft beeping of medical monitoring greets me as, well, it's an angel in white. I mean, an angel in a white lab coat. They're no heavenly being. They do appear to be my doctor, armed with nothing more than a clipboard. I'm still a little hazy as they explain the situation. Thanks to my wild theatric, I startled the shooter enough that her bullet missed in its intended target. And it went into my leg. Which hurts like 1982. But apparently it resulted in a surprisingly clean shot that I will recover from in a few weeks. 2 days in a hospital, a week or two on crutches, some limping, and then I'll be back to 100%. And more importantly, nobody died. I can live with this momentary pain if someone else gets to live. Period. I mean, that's... yeah. I'm okay with that. Wear a mask. So, you know, could have been better. Could have been worse. The doctor giving me the report leaves to treat their other patients, but they inform me that I do have a visitor. I mean, at least there's a plus side. I just wonder who it is. I mean, it could be anybody at this point. It could be Ashley. It could be Gavin. It could be Sue. It could be Teo. Ashley peeks around the curtain, enclosing me and into my makeshift hospital room. Her face speaks volumes of how rough of a wait this has been. Her cheeks are stained with tears, and there are dark circles underneath her eyes. Oh my gosh. Has she been here the whole time? I smile weakly, and she instinctively rushes over to my side, clutching at the bedding, tucking me in. Fresh tears pop from her eyes into the sterile bed. I thought I was never going to see you again. I thought I was never going to be able to hug you or touch you again. I thought I had lost you. I gently lift my hand up to her face and I wipe the tears away. Her green eyes look into my own as relief washes over her. I forbid you from getting shot ever again. A light chuckle escapes my lips. Gladly. I have no plans for that, anything like that anytime soon. But seeing Ashley so upset over my injury hits me in the feels. I mean, instantly regret over our squabble washes over me. Ashley, about before I can say anything else about the events preceding, she beats me to it. I decided to see a therapist, just so you know. I've had episodes like that before, but this one was too much for me to handle. I never want to feel like that again, like I'm a failure. Even when part of me knows that I'm not. I want to be strong for you. Ashley, you want to be strong and I want to be strong for you. I want you to be strong for you. You are strong. I want you to be strong for you. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling about this. It's like, don't do it for me, do it for yourself. You don't need to be strong for me. I already know how strong you are. Focus on what you want for you. I am doing this for myself too, but you are a huge part of my life. You're a part of me. Oh, I just want to be the best person I can be. I place my hand on hers and I squeeze it tightly. You already are. Moving her hand slightly, our fingers intertwine. She squeezes back.
Do you mind if I talk at you for a minute?
Sure, Ashley, go ahead and talk, yeah. Please.
I've had too much time to think about everything while you were out. And I don't want you to ever feel the way I felt waiting for you to wake up. It was awful.
Yeah, like in that moment, I was thinking about Teo and the lady and Sue, and I wasn't thinking about Ashley at all. I wasn't even thinking about myself either.
For so long, I struggled to accept myself. Who am I? Who will care about me if I don't fit the mold? Why do I feel like I have to care?
It's a weird feeling, I agree.
I let the pressure and insecurity wash over me. And when my costume wasn't up to my specifications, it broke me. I couldn't cope with all the emotions I had put on myself.
You were having a rough day.
I hit rock bottom back there. And even though it may not seem like it, you helped me. And now I'm going to try and help myself.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I mean, I didn't really do that much. Besides, I should have made you a blanket fort. I could have discussed it more respectfully. I mean, I'm glad to have helped you. I should have made you a blanket fort. Like, I don't know if I want. I don't know if I want the cutesy one. It's like, oh, like that's kind of lovey-dovey. I could have discussed it more respectfully. I don't like that tone. I mean, we did get pretty blunt in the middle right there. I mean, I could have discussed it more respectfully about... But at the same time, it felt like you were not in a position able to communicate with me, so being respectful of her, I don't know. I mean, I should have tried to be more respectful. I should have. I feel like I pushed and prodded her a little too hard. I mean, dealing with those emotions is difficult, and I apologize if I didn't give it its proper eloquence and respect. I'm not the best at discussing things like that either, and it took all of you dragging me out to the Waker Venspiracy for me to get out of my own depression. And honestly, you pushing the topic is exactly what I needed. I was able to look outside of myself and really see what's going on, and if it hadn't gone to that point, I might not have made this decision. Seems like we're even then. You help me when I'm depressed, and I will help you in any way that I can. Even Stevens. Let's continue loving each other fully and wholeheartedly. I never stopped. Me neither. Okay, I need to let you rest. You need to, like, heal up. You're probably right. Oh, how she smiles and turns to leave. She gets 3 steps out, stops, turns back around to face me and rushes back. Leaning over, she places a kiss on my lips.
You are the best.
Oh, Ashley. Before you go, just know that I will continue to support you as long as I'm here.
You're going to be here a long, long time.
Like in this hospital? I hope not.
Forget, no more gunfights.
That's right, I made her promise her to never jump in front of a... Yeah. I remember.
Okay, for reals, I'm leaving this time.
Okay, Ash, take care. I'll see you later. Love you.
You too. Bye.
Seeing the person that I care for the most was certainly a boon to my spirit. Now if they can only do something about the food in here, with my heart calmed, my body finally tells me it's exhausted. I snuggle into the covers as a yawn escapes me. And just as I'm about to roll over and drift off to sleep, another visitor drops in. It's well past visiting hours, but with no small amount of both dread and relief, I'm glad to see her. Mr. Lobo, a word, if you will. Hi. I try to straighten myself up from my pillow backrest. Time to put on my professional front, even when I am in excruciating pain. Is this really the best time to talk about things right now? I guess I can start by explaining that what happened today isn't exactly indicative of what it was. It's hard to disguise the disbelief on my face. What? It seems I've misjudged your character based on an initial unpleasant interaction, but what I saw today is that you are no fool nor a coward. I let my need to protect my family override my better judgment. How absurd to paint everything that you've built at Ghosts and Goblins with that brush over such a small matter. I saw you selflessly throw yourself in front of that bullet. You didn't have to do that. You chose to do that. It's indicative of someone who isn't simply in this for the money, as so many in this industry are. While I'm uncertain why you protected that young criminal, I suppose someone who respects life deeply enough to even protect someone like her is to be respected. I suppose I've become a bit jaded from all those eager to cash in on the arcade scene, but all the large-scale arcades I have to review tend to be very impersonal and cold. So you were impressed with the arcade? Well, let's not go that far. I can't say I was thrilled with the amount of mayhem and disaster going on, even before a gang war broke out. But I will also say that I've only ever seen that amount of mayhem and disaster once before. It's highly unusual, to say the least. Oh, so this has happened to other arcades then. The last time I reviewed a small up-and-coming arcade similar to yours, everything went wrong. Everything. I wrote my review in an honest fashion, and as a result of my scathing pen, the place was sold and closed down within a month. Sold to a notable figure in this industry. You don't mean, yes, Dekonami. Such is the fate of any arcade which dares to stand up to him. Your prior business, the Funplex, only escaped being devoured by being far too small to be worthwhile. Sadly, your enthusiasm may have put it in his crosshairs. And if you cannot tidy up your reputation after today's affairs, Ghosts and Goblins will be next. Again and again, torn down by Dekonami. And this time, he didn't even have to lift a finger. By pure coincidence, the ghost monsters wrecked everything before he could exact any revenge. All he has to do is swoop in and buy out what's left of our dreams. However, I have come to a decision. Given I was a first-hand witness to your troubles, which were clearly not your fault, and given your willingness to put even your own life on the line for your arcade, I'm going to tell my editor that I need more time, that I want to return in 1 week to get a more accurate and more mature overview of your operation. 1 week, that's the best I can offer. This is a difficult home to climb out of, Mr. Lobo. Even aside from earlier trouble, having a gang fight and a shooting transpire at an arcade, I mean, the press will feed on this. Even if I was the only press present and accounted for, they will dig and they'll speculate and they will chew on your bones. If your arcade survives that initial onslaught, I hope to write a proper review which can lay those concerns to rest, but I will offer you no more second chances, no more reasonable doubts. Best foot forward when I return, or my readers will know the truth. Understood? Understood. I will leave you to your recuperation. With a curt nod, she turns and leaves, leaving me with my thoughts. Got exactly 1 week to completely rebuild our reputation and clear the good name of Ghosts and Goblets. Otherwise, it's game over. Again. Ugh. Is that the end? That's the end of Chapter 7. Alright. New Game Plus. A winner is you. Let's look at our scores. Well, of course I've got the most Ashley points. That's a given. And my steadiness points definitely went up in that field as well. So anything that I do here for the last chapter is going to be either kindly or steady. So you're going to prove to be a gentle, sweet, and compassionate soul. Also, you scored like 25,050 points. Woohoo! One last pizza fact. 62% of Americans prefer meat toppings on their pizza, while 38% prefer vegetarian. Everyone loves different kinds of pizza, and that's a beautiful thing. Like, again, I'm not going to harp too much on people who like pineapple. I don't like pineapple to begin with, so that's why I'm not a fan of it, but do you want to save your game before proceeding to, drumroll please, the final level? Yes. I will go ahead and do that. That being said, I've been recording now for almost 2 hours. Whew! Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and call that here. Chapter 8. I don't know how long Chapter 8 takes. Obviously, there's a lot of things that we need to figure out. Like, what's with the ghost monsters and why are they being such a... The kill screen. Ooh. Well, I mean, there's Percy's kill screen. So, you know, when he has to beat the world record before he can get